Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. So it's a very dark day here at the convent. We've got a few storms on their way, but it doesn't mean we can't work. So I have caused a deadline. In just over 2 weeks, Martin, who does the sandblasting, is coming to the convent. He's going to do the library ceiling and the dining room ceiling. So that means we've got a lot of work to do. And I'll explain more in the dining room and library. So let's go over there, even though it's really dark. So in just over 2 weeks, Martin is going to arrive with his sandblasting equipment and we're going to clean up the ceiling on the dining room, but also the library. So I've got some very important jobs to do. The window behind you, Alex, is brand new. That can't be exposed to the sandblasting. It will completely ruin the glass. So that needs boarding up. Also, between the library and the dining room, I need to build out the stud work and add plasterboard. And that will stop the dust going into the library. But also, the gallery now needs infilling with joists and floorboards. So the dust, when he's sandblasting, won't all come down. But we're also going to have to move out the library cases, which we've put in there. We've got a lot to do. But also in just under a week, Simon is back, so it's going to help a lot because he works incredibly hard. So I better crack on doing the stud work and the plasterboarding on this wall. So that's the first port of call for me, so let's crack on. A bit sketchy because there's nothing really to support it. It's not going anywhere. But still, I need like a block of wood really to put that on. I think I'll do that instead. Helmet. So what I've got to do first is remove the acro prop, which is supporting the main beam going through the library ceiling. So this acro prop, we put acro props in for insurance. We have actually had this acro prop out, nothing supporting the beam, and it doesn't even budge. They look a lot stronger than they are. And I know it's a little bit of a banana. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that acro prop out, take the timbers out because I need to use them, and I'm putting an acro prop here just to temporarily support the ceiling until we put a flitch beam in to support it. So I've just fixed this into the flooring, but I realise there's no joists below it. So it's literally just sitting on a piece of the flooring, which isn't really going to do much. So I'm just removing these screws that I put in, a bit more. There we go. And then I'm going to put in this beam underneath it, which is more ideal. So now it bridges floor joists, but it's also sat on top of the steel. And that will go like this, nice and close. That's directly below the beam. More screws. It's just added security, really, more than anything. The acro prop doesn't even need to be here, but I just want to do it just in case. When you're doing demolition and heavy construction, you must use acro props. It's just for safety. Oh, that's tight. Thanks, Yanis. No problem, that's perfect. You're a star, Yanis.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Why is the aqua prop stiff? Oh. When in doubt, use a hammer. It's not liking that, is it? Okay.
What is the pin for?
This pin supports the bar, so it just literally takes all the weight. They're really well designed aqua props. They're really, really good. They can hold quite a few ton. I'm just making sure this is level. So I've got to come this way more. It's important to have them level. It's pretty good that way. Okay, let's take this out. Squeaky. Right, that won't go anywhere. So I'll use the lift in a minute, come up, unscrew the acro there, take it down, then take the joists down. This is solid. Absolutely solid. 4 screws, perfectly level. It's got a nice base plate, which is supported between joists, but also on the steel. And I've got it really tight, so it's not going anywhere. But like I said, we're still going to do a flitch beam. So a large piece of steel this side and the other side, bolt it through, but also take more weight up from upstairs. Okay. Good, that's safe. No one's down there, so let's go down there. Looks better as well, doesn't it, Alex?
Looks way better.
Looks a lot stronger as well. Beautiful. Okay, this one's going to be a bit difficult. Oh. It's because there's dust in the screw head, so I can't get a good fixing on it. There we go. Still can't get a good fixing. Okay. Screw in my pocket. Oh. Nice. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So now we go this way a bit. A bit more. There we go. Looks better. You can actually see the gallery opening properly now for the first time. Because these have always been in the centre, haven't they?
Battery.
Small one. It's December now. make.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Perfect. Reflex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning, viewers. We're coming to the end of taking the board down. We've got about another couple of hours, or an hour, I suppose, and then it'll be all taken down. We're going to the déchetterie this afternoon. Going to do 2 loads actually, but it's looking good.
They don't like early mornings at the déchetterie, do they?
No. What it is, they don't stay in one déchetterie. They go to another déchetterie. The days they're not working here, they go to another one. Ones that's closed, and when they're open. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, it's I spread the labour about.
So what's left to do then? Just this final section of board?
The final section of board through to here, to the end, this bit through here, and then we're going to start taking out the lather plaster and expose, yeah, it's been really messy, and expose all the timbers, lovely timbers. We're getting there slowly, but we're getting there, that's the main thing. We're taking all the weight off the floor down below, off them beams. They're so heavy, this stuff, it's unbelievable. But nearly there.
Yeah. Let's crack on.
Crack on.
Yeah, let's crack on. Come on, Nick.
Battery's flat. Oh no! Now I've got to cut it by hand. There we go. And again. These are surprisingly heavy. Okay. Ooh. Problem with this beam is the top or the underside of the actual main beam is a bit like that. So I had to cut that first, measure both sides, and then I had to try and wedge it in, but it was too tight, so I had to keep cutting more off and more off the bottom. But now it seems to be perfect. Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. Nice support. I'll go up there. It's a bit tight still. Good, good. It's good enough.
Yes, push.
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 Do you feel?
Yes, yes.
So I got this piece in. It took me ages because for some reason it wouldn't go that way and it was completely off. Fantastic. I've moved the saw into here and had a really good organisation. Come into the library, Alex, because I've had a good old clean in here as well. Staff meeting area. What do you think?
I love it.
So it gives a nice bit of perspective because the room is still massive. It's absolutely huge still. And I know we've shrunk it, but we've only lost about 5 or 6 meters square, which is still a lot of space, but it doesn't matter. It just means the library will look better. And this also gives a nice bit of perspective because you could get 5 of these tables with 8 chairs around them or even 10 chairs around them. You could have 50 people sat in here. Not that we're going to do weddings, it just gives a nice bit of perspective. We've got 130 of these chairs, I think, and 12 tables. Some are at the chateau, but most of them are here. We just brought them down here because we wanted to store them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the stud work where I have finished here, essentially. I just need to buy about 2 of these so I can put all the noggins in and noggins at the top. But we can't do that today because it's raining and there's a storm outside. So I'm going to start laying out the stud work. I'll put in the noggins afterwards because what I need to do is build out. I can't put plasterboard directly on top of this because if you look above, the beam is protruding about 20 centimeters. And I want the plasterboard to completely cover the beam so you don't see it. It's going to be hidden. So I'm going to bring the stud work out even more. We're not really shrinking this room because this is about 75 square meters, maybe 80. What is it? Where's my level? So this room is oh, it keeps doing that. It gets dust on the sensor. Try again. This room is currently 75 meters square. So what I thought is, in fact, it's exactly the same size as the kitchen. We'll end up bringing it down to about 70 because we've still got to add stud work in this room. So it's absolutely massive. It's twice as big almost.
I don't do maths today, it's Monday.
No, in fact, the library is more than half this. How is that though? Because the beams are, I don't know how it works out. That's about 50 square meters. This is 75. Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, oh yeah, because you've got 50 square meters to here, but then you've got another 20 here. That makes sense. Plus what we're going to take away. So stud work. Just need to get on with it. I have been working really hard today, even though it's a Monday morning. but it's been organisation, setting things up, thinking about what I'm doing. It always takes longer. Right, so we're going to take this piece and put it here. Okay, that looks good. Cut it there and then start the uprights. And then tomorrow I'm going to start putting plasterboard on it. And then in this cavity behind, there will be insulation, and there'll also be plasterboard on the back of this as well. So it's going to be double skimmed, which is really good. Stops the sound and all things like that. So I better crack on, Alex. So we've set up the laser level, and you can see how wonky this beam is. It's not only bowed that way, it's also bowed that way. So it goes that way more for some reason. So it means we've got to bring out our stud wall quite a bit. So you can see we've passed there, we've passed that corner as well. And it shows you sort of how wonky the whole room is. Interesting. So what I'm going to need to do, Alex, is literally bring out to there. So this is like the deepest wall in the world. Shall I get the measure and see how deep it is? We're going to be at 1.20 meters. That's a deep wall, isn't it? But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm not losing anything here. And if you look at the measurement here, so to that to there, and this to here, we actually are better off because it's smaller there than it is here. This is actually a larger gap. So bringing it out will make it almost the same and make the room more square, because the spacings of the windows aren't exact. It does look like it's all exactly the same, but there are variations. So yeah, that wall is bigger than that one in the corner, so if we're shrinking it, it actually makes it look better. But we have to do it because I don't want to look at that beam. That beam has to be hidden. I can't look at it, it just looks awful. Plus we do have these two beautiful beams as well in the room, so it doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, let me do it. Let's just crack on with it. Oh, that'll do. Solid. Got to number.
Go on, mate, you got loads of room.
Neuf. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
So I've managed to complete this half of the stud work, and tomorrow I'm going to start putting plasterboard on it. And we put the plasterboard on horizontally this way, and we stagger it. So one board will go to about here, I'll put another one there, and the next one on top will go there, vice versa. It makes it really strong, Simon told me once. Don't know if it does, but I reckon it does. And like I said, we're going to add the insulation behind. I'm going to plasterboard behind here as well. So the actual cavity or secret room will look quite nice when you're inside of it. Plus it will have all the services and things like that. So it doesn't have to be that nice. And Dad and Yanis and Rick have been really busy today. They did 3 runs.
Yeah, 3.
3 runs to the local tip or recycling centre with all of that chipboard. And the hallway upstairs is now looking original, apart from the floor, because it would have been oak planks. But it's really nice to see that weight coming off of the building, and they're going to start doing the rooms now, one by one, and start taking all the plasterboard out, taking the ceilings down, and taking the floor up, and going through all of the rooms until they're all done. And that will be sufficient to then do the repairs on this ceiling in the dining room. So that's it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.